Jemima.
Hi, Trinny.
So today we're talking on Closet Confessions, how to cull. And I'm in the office because they're on the rail, because we're about to take all the clothes we're never going to wear again and put them in a clothing swap, which we do as a team twice a year. So I'm going to give you a lowdown of the things that you should be thinking about when you're thinking about culling. Stuff that no longer suits you, i.e. for me, it's going to be a helmet skirt. Too short, I'll never go there again. So the style is not your style in length, okay? Then, too young, too flouncy. Flouncy is a word. I'm this woman now. I'm no longer that woman. So flounce, for me, is out. The right shape, but the wrong colour. Such an important one. Beautiful coat. Love it. I was actually given this by somebody, and it just needs to go to a better home. But this chocolate brown is not my shade. If this was yellow, I would keep it. Wrong colour, right cut. What about wrong cut, but right colour? Beautiful colour on me, but the texture of the chiffon, I feel now I would be Barbara Cartland. And if you don't know that reference, she was a lovely perennial step-grandmother to somebody. It's that sort of when you're in your 20s looks amazing, you get to your 50s and it's a bit meh. So that's going to be the kind of thing that's going. Then we've got, does the print wear me or do I wear the print? And this was another item given to me by the lovely Joanna Hines, which I adore the concept, but this is so loud on me. You know, I just feel it wears me. So that's going to be going to a better home. Then we've got, love the colour, but I didn't check out the sleeve length, which comes, in fact, when it's on my shoulder to about there. And it just makes me look like an orangutan. I'm never going to get shorter arms, so it's got to go. Sizing. Now, this is a really important one because there are some people who always fluctuate one side here and one side here. So therefore, I would say if you are that, put them somewhere else. Just don't have them in your rail of clothes you go to every day. But if, like me, you spent a few decades being one size, you became another size, and now you've hit what you think you're going to kind of be. I will now remove things that are too big and too small. So, too big are going to be some jeans I absolutely loved from Zara, but they're like a 42 and I'm a 38. And I love them so much and I could take them in, but I'd rather give them to Nice Home because they cost £28. I'd rather do all that dressmaking stuff on something that's more investment dressing. Too small, oh, and I'm loath, and I was so upset Lila didn't want them. Where are those trousers, Molly, that were from Victoria Beckham? Or did she take them in the end? The Victoria Beckham trousers.
I'm very guilty, you know, pulled one size.
Oh, that's all right, because Molly's going to have them in the clothing swap. Oh, that's so funny. I love that, because you know, I was going to suggest they would fit you. Divine,
They're
Victoria
beautiful.
Beckham for Target. I love these so much. There's a blouse to match, which I might give to you at some stage. Only fits Molly, never
Perfect
going to
for
fit
Molly.
me. They've already got a home. You will know the history of this if you watch Closet Confessions often, because this came from Susanna coming out, Trinny, I found this fabric, isn't it great? And I went, beautiful fabric. It reminded me of some marbleized paper that I got in Venice. But as a dress, I am a swirl. It's just too busy, too loud, and I'm about to take off. So that's going to go to a very nice home, and I think I know next door who should get it. This is a hard one. This is the jacket that you loved because the colour was your favourite blue and you want to keep it to remind yourself of the best colour that you should have, and you want to feel that whatever happens you can wear it again, and you think to yourself, it's okay if I don't bend my arms, but it just is too tight and I wish it wasn't. But you know, I developed breasts in menopause. I mean, it's sort of like, I still even want to say to myself, it's the neatest, most lovely blazer. I've had this for 15 years from Zara, but too tight. That's a really sad one to go. I want to take a snippet of it to remind myself of this blue, but I won't. The concept of what a beautiful layering blouse, but I don't suit cream. I have never suited cream, and it just wishes, even though this is ecru Virgin cream, the mixture of the chiffon and this doesn't work. It was only the layeringness that I adored. I nearly want to keep that for that, but you see, I put on the cream and it's like got so much butter on it.
Such a difference to the white you're wearing.
It's such. I mean, this is fresh. Okay,
Holiday purchases.
Oh yes, this is embarrassing, but this is important. This is. I gotta own my mistakes. This is closet confessione. So, where do I start? Let me start at that lovely lovebirds. No, let me start with the grey. I don't know what I was on moment. I was in a shop in India and I thought, I saw all these Indian women looking so cool in this layering, quite a lot shorter than me. Anyway, it doesn't work because this length at the front is the worst length. I don't like a graded hem generally. It's clever, but it's just not me. Time to say goodbye. So let's talk about shopping when on holiday. Can I just do an aside here? Because if you're having a great time, there's a part of you that thinks, let me celebrate that with something I can bring home with me. And I think sometimes an objet for your house is better than a piece of clothing that felt great in that environment, great in that weather, great in that heat and humidity because your skin looked 10 years younger. And then you get home and it's like, what was that? I bought 2 of these because I thought it's so lovely. And one of them is on the way and the other one I sent to Georgia Toffolo. So, I mean, I still look at that and I think, yes! In fact, I really think yes. But the sleeve, this little sleeve here, isn't for me. It's for many, many people. But I just look like I'm too gangly for it. You know, this is for Georgia. She's here. Her breast comes to here on me. She's perfectly in proportion and it's divine on her. When she put it on, I thought, yes, because she's the kind of girl who should wear Miu Miu. There's another one. This is like also for somebody who is 5'5" maximum because it's too delicate and feminine and gorgeous and I'm just too gangly and tall. Doesn't work. I'm never going to decrease in height. That's what I have to know. A plethora of shades, of which none of them suit me apart from the yellow. I mean, I look better in black than I do in that combination. So that's got to go. So when you're looking at these prints, more than one of the colours has to suit you. I loved the top so much, I had it made, and I had it made from a fabric I got in India. It's a beautiful fabric, but you know what? This fabric was for a tablecloth, and it should have stayed on the table. Because it doesn't work on the shirt. The colour is beautiful. You're probably looking from afar thinking, Trinny, that top is lovely. Colour divine. But really, I'm wearing a tablecloth. I wanted to be the Edwardian. I wanted to be Frida Kahlo. I wanted to be Cruella de Vil. You know, I just thought, I want that ruffle. I want that Victorian brooch. I want to embrace that era. I want a long black Edwardian skirt and a high-waisted belt and a bun. Not for me. Yes! Satin trousers. Satin trousers, gorgeous. But as soon as you don't wear Spanx and have little embracing folds around your arse, you see everything in satin. And I just also, I bought it for the colour, but I'm never going to try satin here again.
God forbid you sweat in those.
Oh my God, yes. The sequin trousers, and then there's something which, on the right person would be great, but for me, I really felt like I was in a pair of nappies. There's something about the cut of them. They're very high-waisted.
I thought it was a jumpsuit.
No.
They were that high-waisted.
I mean, look how far the crotch is.
That's
I mean,
so long.
It's like
That's so
literally
bizarre. That's
Yeah.
that high up to
And
here.
you're tall. Imagine that on a shorter
I know.
person.
I mean, only Valerie would wear these shoes.
Samples.
Multiple purchasing. I am the not so proud owner of the concept of multiple purchasing because I always felt I love it. I don't want anything to happen to it, so let me buy it again. And I did that with, very successfully, the shirts from River Island, which I loved. Now, never mind that these shirts were always slightly too short for me in the wrist. Didn't put me off because each one of them had different button details. So I had black, this one had Diamante. Anyway, I have another 2 at home, so I'm getting rid of 2.
Yeah, I think we've seen those in every clothes swap already before as well.
Yeah, we so have. I mean,
I think this is the last.
Last of them.
Okay, this is an interesting one. This is called patterned trousers. And this could actually go on for a long time. I just feel, where do I want to wear my pattern? Now, I do like pattern, but I think my patterns now are more than not leopard print as a concept, or stripes, or checks. But actually, the busyness of that as a pattern, I just don't know if I'm that person anymore. I don't know if I'm like done some quite successful
Yeah.
closet confessions with that.
Both of them.
And with that. But then I've never gone ahead to wear that outfit. I've just shown it to you for a closet confession, and then I haven't been inspired to go and put it together again, so I'm just thinking it's got to go. The top 10 things to think about when you're thinking of culling. Something is the right shape and the wrong colour. Something is the right colour but the wrong shape. Something is a fabric that no longer suits the woman you are today. So if in my case that would be satin on my arse. Something is too frilly for what you're channeling. So I want to be sophisticated. I'm not little girly anymore. I'm 58, even though I'm like a 30-year-old inside. I don't need to dress with the girliness of 30-year-old. Too short a sleeve for an orangutan. It's me. That's quite specific, but you know what I mean. When the print wears you, you don't wear the print. When you buy something in multiples, but the original one wasn't perfect, that's such a bad one.
Buying something on holiday.
Holiday purchasing, check yourself before you put in your PIN code, and
Keeping sizes that don't fit us anymore.
keeping sizes that don't fit us anymore, where we don't think we'll ever be that size again. So I hope that helped you. We're now going to wheel this in to the team at Trinny London so they can have dibs and we can go and see who's there. So follow me.
Let's go! Just coming with a small rail.
Just doing a small
Small
round.
rail.
Can I say, this is Trinny's rail and this is everyone else's
No, everyone else got all of this, all the bags,
That's
the
what we
bags
are.
next door.
Exactly.
So this is Hope and this is Valerie.
Hi.
And they came up with the idea, they're both into sustainable dressing, and they came up with the idea of doing a clothes swap twice a year, which is now a guaranteed attraction.
Definitely.
At Trinny London. It's such a good idea, such a good initiative by the team. And then you just see everyone in clothes that you used to love, loving them, and you just see life being given to old things so they have a new lease of life.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Do you know how we came up with this as
Tell
well?
us.
We were literally sitting on the kitchen table,
Yeah.
looking at how we loved everyone's fashion. We were like, we want their clothes. Like, let's do a swap. So it literally happens through just organic, round the table chat, which has been awesome.
Fantastic. So maybe you have some friends, think about who you can do a clothing swap with. It might be at work, but just, you know, this year we're focusing on more sustainable fashion for both Friday Twinning, Closet Confessions. I'm trying to not buy anything new month by month. This month buying nothing at all, next month maybe second hand, but I'm going to see how I go month by month.
Brilliant, what a fashionable office.
I know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Jemima.
Thanks, Jemima.
Bye.